Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's session. My name is Hiran, the Solution Architects Director of Channel. So today is my pleasure to present you how to leverage Alibaba Cloud to accelerate your digital transformation. So in today's session, mainly we will cover three topics. Why cloud? The second is give you an overview of Alibaba Cloud so you know who we are. And thirdly, we want to present you the key value propositions, right? Why you should choose Alibaba Cloud in your cloud journey. Right, first of all, why cloud? I think most of people here are familiar with the reasons why we should move to cloud. Here, we just give you some summaries of the reasons, right? The reduced investments, increased scalability and elasticity, increased availability and reliability, more secure and fast innovation with lower costs, right? So in terms of reduced investments, because everything is in the cloud, the customers don't need to take care of the hardware, don't need to take care of the IDC. So the corresponding costs as well as the operation and the maintenance costs are removed, right? And then in terms of license, because offline, the customer need to buy the license for at least for a few years or buy a lifetime license, right? But in the cloud, the license actually you pay for the time duration you use, right? Especially for some open source softwares, if you want to purchase enterprise support, it's not cheap as well, right? But in the cloud, actually, once you purchase the open source software, the enterprise support is already included by Alibaba Cloud, right? And also, normally in the on-premise environment, your cloud resources are actually more than what you need in most of the time, because the resource we have is actually planned for the peak traffic, right? But most of the time, actually, we don't need that much resources. That kind of opportunity cost is wasted. So we can reduce that cost by using the cloud, right? Secondly, it's about the increased scalability and elasticity. We can online scale up or scale down, right? To increase the CPU, to increase the memory or reduce it as well. And also we can do the auto scaling to automatically add servers to the cluster in terms of the server itself, or we can do so in the database or the container level, right? The thirdly is about the increased availability and reliability, right? Because in a cloud, we have multiple regions, we have multiple AZs, availability zones. So for customers who have very high disaster recovery requirements, actually by utilizing the cloud environment, we can achieve a zero RPO and minutes RTO. So it's a very, very high DR requirements achievements, right? And also in the cloud, because most of the services are managed by the cloud, the SRA are very, very high. So you don't need to have people or efforts to achieve that high SRA, right? And fourthly, it's about the security. It's actually more secure because the cloud is taking care of the physical, the hardware virtualization, this kind of securities. There's no actions required from your customer side, right? And the cloud do provide a different tools, so the customers, based on their needs, they can choose the tools to help to enhance their securities as well, right? The lastly is about the fast innovation with lower cost, because in the cloud there are many products, right? You can just pick one product and try out. You don't need to buy that particular resource for a long time. So this gives you the freedom to try different products, to try your innovation ideas, right? And also in the cloud, everything is very simple and fast. Just a few clicks, you have the resources ready with you, right? So next, it's about the overview of Alibaba Cloud, right? So in Alibaba Group, we have our business are mainly grouped into three pillars: retail and wholesale, consumer services, digital media, and entertainment, right? We have the Taobao, Tmall, we have the Hema, we have the Ele.me, right? So these are the different BUs we have, and underlying all these BUs are what we call the infrastructure business, right? The Cainiao is our logistics arm. To deliver parcels across the globe. We have the Alibaba, which is the marketing tool. We promote our advertisements, and also we have the Ant Financial, which is the finance arm we have for the payments, for the payment services. And also we have the AMAP, which is the map service to help us to navigate through in different locations. And the underlying everything is our Alibaba Cloud. So Alibaba Cloud is a technology arm powers all the BUs we have in Ali Group. Okay, so in Alibaba, we provide the technologies. We have different BUs. At the same time, we have our ECG goals, right? Meaning our environmental, social, and governance goals, right? So by 2030, we want to achieve the carbon neutrality in operations, right? And also among the different BUs, Alibaba Cloud will take the lead, right, to achieve the Scope 3 carbon neutrality by 2030 as well. So next is about the Alibaba Cloud market share and the product capability. So in terms of the both aspects, we are top in the world, right? So in terms of market share, we are #1 in China market, and globally we are #3, and in Asia actually we are #1 as well, right? So this is in terms of market share, and in terms of product capability, we are the top cloud provider as well. So you can see from this table, this is the Gartner report regarding the solution scorecard in 2021. So in terms of compute, storage, network, and security, we are actually the #1 globally already, right? And overall, right, we are #3, which is just 2 or 3 points behind the second player, right? And we are also the leaders rated by Forrester or Gartner in terms of our function compute, our platform of artificial intelligence, and also our database as well. All right. So just now we mentioned we are the market share is the #1 in Asia, right? You can see in this map, actually we have many presence across the globe, especially in APAC region, right? So currently we have 26 regions. We have 82 availability zones, and also we have more than 2,800 CDN nodes, right? And also we have 13+ scrubbing centers across the globe to detect and prevent the DDoS attacks. And over here you don't see the Thailand. The Thailand region is coming in this month, right? You will soon see that. Okay. Actually, the security and compliance is always a concern from our customers, right? So in Alibaba Cloud, we comply to no matter whether it's a global requirement or it's the regional requirement or the industry requirements. So we comply to all the different compliance requirements, right? So whenever there's a new compliance requirements, we are trying to get the certification as soon as we can. So if you are interested, you can go to our trust center to see all the certifications we have. Actually, we are the quite comprehensive certifications provided, right? So that's the compliance. And in terms of security, just now I also mentioned, right? So in the cloud, we provide the platform protection in terms of the physical security, hardware security, and virtualization security, and also in the upper layer, customers can purchase our tools, can utilize our #1 security capabilities to protect their workload as well. All right. So here I will not zoom into the details of the security products. So the next one is about the key value proposition, why we should choose Alibaba Cloud, right, to move your workload. Here we have 4 main key value propositions: the proven reliability, competitive price, multi-cloud ready, and lastly, advanced big data and AI capability. Right. So in terms of the reliability, we have the highest compute SLA, which is powered by our AI ops. So from the table, you can see our single instance SLA is 99.975. Our multi-instance availability SLA is 99.995. which is both the highest among the other cloud providers. Right? Why we can achieve such a high SLA? Right? That's because we have the big data and the AI behind to do the real-time monitoring, to do the fault prevention, and also we have the technology to migrate your workload seamlessly, right, without any impact to your business. So from the diagram you see here, 95% right, of the hot migration, actually there's no impact at all, right? And 4% is a nearly seamless migration, and 1% there's a interruption, but the interruption is just is still a second level, right? So that's the reason why we can achieve such a high SLA. So you can be assured your workload hosted in Alibaba Cloud will have this such as a high SLA as well. And secondly, it's about the competitive price. Just now we mentioned the ECS, the server, we have the very high SLA. And actually not only that, we have other products such as our storage, right? Our storage data durability is actually 12 nines. So you can be guaranteed your data will never be lost. And also our database reliability and the scalability are proven already, right? That's why we are in the database leader Magic Quadrant, right? So in terms of the price, we have our listing price, right, is about 5 to 10% cheaper than the top cloud provider, right? And also we not only provide the pay-as-you-go model, you can actually pay by subscription to further reduce the cost. And on top of that, right, you can purchase the different resource packages, such as the savings plan, the storage capacity unit, the data transfer plan, or even the SMS resource plan to further reduce the cost, right? And lastly, is about we have a specific win-back pricing play. So if you have workload hosted in other cloud providers, we do provide the special coupon, or we can provide the discounts. So for you to move to Alibaba Cloud to try our products, so you have the confidence about our service level. Yeah, and so the cost is one thing, right? The cost governance is also important, because for companies, they want to know where the money is spent, right? Which BU or which product spend the most of the money in the cloud, right? So in Alibaba Cloud, we do provide the tools to help you to analyze the spendings in the cloud. So you have more visibility where the money goes, and you can set the budgets for different BUs for different projects to see whether everything is under control, right? And thirdly, is about the multi-cloud ready, right? So in Alibaba Cloud, we do provide different products or services, so you can achieve hybrid network, hybrid security, hybrid storage, or hybrid container, or even the private cloud, right? So from this diagram is a little bit technical. So the things here, all the security products we have, right, like the anti-DDoS, like the WAF, like the Bastion host, like the security center, these all can be used in your own premise or even in another cloud provider, right? So I will not zoom into too much details about in these slides. So next is the seamless migration. So for customers, they want to embrace the multi-cloud strategy, or they want to move certain workload from their on-premise to the cloud, right? Actually, in Alibaba Cloud, we do provide different tools to help the customers migrate seamlessly. Because the first thing you think about migration to cloud, right, is how much effort should I take? It is very painful, right? Well, what's the successful rate? If I fail, what will happen, right? So you actually don't need to worry about that. These tools are used by millions of customers already, right? So things like the server migration center is to help the customer to migrate your server to the cloud, right? The migration can be a one-time migration, can be an incremental migration, even can be a block or batch migration as well. And everything will be monitored in the cloud. You have a central view, what's the migration status, right? And also we have the data transmission service. This is to migrate your database from one platform to another platform, right? And also if you want to change your database engine, maybe from SQL to MySQL, or from MySQL to PostgreSQL, actually you can use this tool to do the migration, right? This migration tool can do migration, of course. At the same time, you can use it to do synchronization. The synchronization can be one-way or two-way. Right. The thirdly is about the data migration. If you have a NAS or you have an object storage in your on-premise or another cloud operator, you can simply use the online data migration to move your data storage to Alibaba Cloud. Again, we support the one-time migration. We do support the incremental migration as well, right? So next is about the big data. I will hand over my time to Yang Kan. Yang Kan, over to you.